They really want you to leave your own country and move abroad where they say life is going to treat you right. That's why 90% of the internet is selling you the move abroad dream, even though it is proven to be a defective product for most people. But who are they anyway? Well, they are the travel gurus and influencers. They are the retire abroad media and travel news and magazines. These are the travel peddlers making money from your challenges in life. Hello and welcome back to our Retire Early lifestyle, where truth and reality hit like a bolt of lightning. We're going to talk about the 5 big ways you're being marked for a guinea pig. Number 1, the travel peddlers are really good at making you feel bad about your life and is why they're called travel influencers. But we say if the Live Abroad product was so good, they wouldn't have to keep telling us how bad our life is in the USA. The truth is, they need to compare a crappy life in the USA with the dream life abroad. But you've been marked as the guinea pig. All the guinea pigs perk their ears up because the dream sounds so good. The influencers literally tell the guinea pigs that they can't afford to live in their own country anymore, and so they constantly compare USA prices with those of other countries' prices. That's part of the sales pitch, folks. So they're going to flip a switch and turn you from a pumpkin into a prince or princess by just moving abroad. Doesn't that sound nice? This is why they keep showing you in photos the poor segments of America, which are like small parts of Appalachia. They want you to believe all of America is poor and everyone is living in their cars or on the streets, or that everyone is struggling and having many problems. Not that people are not having financial problems, but it's the way they generalize a huge country with 350 million Americans as being in the same boat. Everyone has a different lifestyle and financial means in the USA. Because if that wasn't true, they wouldn't need the comparison. Because after all, are they promoting a place where there's no poverty? Of course not. Poverty is everywhere. We dare say there is going to be more poverty abroad in developing countries than where you came from. Yes, after living abroad for 13 years, we've seen it, and it ain't pretty. Believe us, not all of Appalachian region is poor either, okay? Appalachia expands across 13 states from Alabama to New York. But if you listen to some of these peddlers, they want you to believe that only poor folks live in Appalachia. Some of the nicest cities in Appalachia include Asheville, North Carolina, Charleston, West Virginia, Roanoke, Virginia, Johnson City, Tennessee, and they all offer beautiful homes and access to outdoor activities in beautiful nature. Did you know that 12 of the U.S. favorite small towns, that's favorite, are located in the Appalachians? 12 small towns in the Appalachians that were ranked among U.S. favorites. Now, if you don't know about these towns, maybe you should look into it. I put the link to the 12 small towns under this video. These towns are absolutely beautiful with some of the nicest people on the planet. Don't be a guinea pig and fall for this one-sided trap. Sure, the truth is you can move abroad and find cheaper rent, but is that all there is to life? What are they not saying? So the peddlers sell you the cheap dream because they need you to click and watch and read and then take the bait and move abroad. That's how they make their money. It's a sales job, okay? Does the media and influencers make commissions if Americans actually move abroad? Yes, some of them do. One way or another, there's money flowing in selling the pitch. Media outlets, influencers, and content creators can and do earn commissions or other payments when readers follow relocation-related recommendations. And here's how they do it: through the affiliate links, sponsored content, and native advertising, referral fees and partner programs, advertising revenue, paid placements and advertorials, lead generation and data partnerships, creator monetization. Now, we're not saying that there's anything wrong with making money by talking about other countries abroad and sincerely helping people. But exploiting a person's financial challenges and difficulties in life is an erroneous way to do it in our book. So they love to tell you that if you move abroad, your life will transform for the better. This is number 2. Do you think that's true? Then why do 75 to 80% of expats come back home before 5 years? Heck, most of them leave before the 2-year mark. There's got to be a reason, right? Moving abroad will not change your attitude or your ability to make the needed changes to get your life back on track. In fact, chasing the dream puts your life on pause. People spend great amount of money moving abroad. They waste all that time and energy to move to a foreign country for what? A cheaper rent? That may work for some people, but it's not enough for most people. Promoting other countries in the way they do and enticing people in the way they do through half-truths is incredibly wrong. It's a fact we found out through diligent investigation while abroad that selling the move abroad dream makes big bucks, and you're the guinea pig. 90% of the internet is selling you to leave America if you haven't noticed. So that's a lot of influencers. Many Americans are moving abroad lock, stock, and barrel on the heels of popular travel influencers and rams telling them feel-good stories, and most of it is dreamy, false hopes. When 75% of expats return and say it's not what I thought, then there's a problem with the product. We call that defective. When we were living in Cuenca, Ecuador, Americans were moving to Cuenca in record numbers because the Rams, the Retire Abroad media, told them to do it. The Rams said it was the best retirement destination in the world at that time, and it was named the best place in the world for 6 years in a row. So retirees are told it was the best retirement paradise of that time. So what does that tell you? It tells you that it would be a permanent move, a forever home where you will settle down and retire for the rest of your life. And so it is no wonder that most expats sold their homes, said bye-bye to their connections, jobs, and family, and then proceeded to ship all of their most precious belongings to this new, better country where they would live out their retirement dream and possibly buy foreign property, and many did just that. But it doesn't always work out so fairy tale-ish. Number 3, the shipping container nightmares are real. How many Americans move abroad using a shipping container, I asked. The rough estimate came back as 40,000 to 240,000 American households per year ship a full container of household goods when moving abroad. So that tells you that these Americans sold their homes and shipped all of their belongings and farm animals in a shipping container. Wow, that's lock, stock, and barrel. Farm animals? Really? Who told them that was a good idea? I wonder. Several expat households reported their containers being held in customs for weeks, some containing pets and small livestock, leaving families without essential items while they waited for clearance. Eyewitness accounts included goats, which compounded paperwork and veterinarian certificate requirements. Well, we know they had goats because we helped the lady with the goats. We helped this lady with her goats find a rental home in Cuenca. We had to find one with a yard, with a bigger yard. And once the goats arrived, she told us that customs told her she couldn't bring her goats into Ecuador because they could have a disease. The goats were left in customs for a long time while she went through bureaucratic hoops. We never got an update on how that nightmare ended for her, but she did tell us that it was costing her something like $250 each day the goats were left in customs because, they were taking care of them. So she really racked up a huge customs bill there. Then, on another day, an expat family unloaded all of their belongings from their shipping container into their new home. After all of their belongings were inside the home, they felt they were hungry, so they left to go out and eat lunch. And when they came back to the house, it was completely empty. Can you imagine? The thieves took everything. Even a crumpled up slip of paper with a phone number on it left on the bedside table, said the husband. Wow. Now they told us about this. That's why we always talk about it. I happened to be able to find the forum on it. We had just finished unloading our container and gone out for a few hours. When we came back, the house was empty. They took the TVs, furniture, even the kitchenware. It was like they knew exactly what to remove. The police said it was an organized crew. We're devastated. Yeah, I bet they are devastated. They just had all their belongings shipped to Ecuador just to have them stolen. And there were many other complaints too from expats about their shipping containers arriving weeks late, which now they had to stay in an expensive hotel or Airbnb and eat out in restaurants every night, and that can get really, really expensive. And then there's the double expense of returning their container all the way back home when they finally figure out the move wasn't as permanent as they had hoped. We always suggest for expats to not sell their homes or to ship their belongings in a container. It is not only pricey, but can be and often is a bureaucratic nightmare for people, as you can see. Travel influencers that are still encouraging Americans to move abroad lock, stock, and barrel is amazing to us. We just wouldn't do such a thing. We moved abroad with just the clothes on our back, and we suggest that for those that are still wanting to do it, to try and do the same, or at least something like it. Number 4, promoting foreign countries by means of propaganda. It's not about moving to a foreign country, okay? It's about what they're telling you about that foreign country and what they're not. If you have to be enticed or lured by misinformation and half-truths about what it's like to live in a foreign country, then it's not real anymore. The dream starts to fade into the picture now. The country may be just fine and dandy if they told you everything up front, and you might even love the country. And please, let's distinguish between travelers that are just passing through and those that are enticed to retire abroad lock, stock, and barrel. They are two different animals after all. Don't you notice how it's always about the pretty Romanesque architecture or the glorious tropical beaches with the pretty girls serving you margaritas on the beach or the beautiful oceanfront condo with a maid at your beck and call? But wait, what are they not showing you? What are they not telling you? That's what you need to find out. And why are they always pushing the same old countries for? Well, I asked ChatGPT, and this is what they told me. Do they push certain countries over other countries at any given time because it makes more money for them? Yes. Media outlets and influencers often promote specific countries or destinations because those choices generate more revenue for them through affiliate deals, sponsorships, higher ad performance, or paid placements. This creates selection bias. So, of course, my next question was, which countries are the ones that pay the best right now in 2026? UK, France, Spain, Italy, Greece, and Portugal. Can you believe it? It's absolutely no surprise to us that France, Spain, Italy, and Portugal are the countries getting the most traffic, and coincidentally, they're also the best paying travel gigs for influencers. And so when you're promised a better lifestyle in one of these European countries, there couldn't be any bias, could there? Not even any omissions, subtractions, hyperbole. None of that is possible. Or is it? Just like anything in life, it's up to you to investigate further. Whether you're buying a house, a car, a computer, a home insurance policy, or the move abroad dream. No one wants to end up being the guinea pig. They get eaten in Ecuador, you know. That's what cuy is. Guinea pig is a delicacy in Ecuador. Don't let these influencers roast your life savings like a Sunday dinner in Cuenca. And number 5, they're begging people to give up U.S. citizenship and move abroad for freedom, namely tax freedom. Now, this is the new dumb thing to do now. Renounce your U.S. citizenship. Did you know that tens of thousands of Americans have given up their U.S. citizenship? In fact, it's showing that almost 20,000 Americans have renounced their citizenship since 2021. It's like a thing now. High net worth individuals especially are keen to relieving themselves of double taxation when they move abroad. It's very difficult to open up a bank account in a foreign country when you're a U.S. citizen, that is for sure. We know this firsthand when we were in Panama. We even made many videos about it. In times past, the only reason a person should renounce their citizenship is if they have already lived abroad for a while and have no ties left in the USA. But these days, the way things are globally, even that is questionable. But to each their own. We predict just as most people come back home from their foreign retirement, many of those renouncers will regret their decision. But will you hear about it? Probably not. Did you know that Goody Two-Shoes was denied a U.S. visa? This is public knowledge, by the way. Yes, after renouncing his U.S. citizenship, Goody Two-Shoes tried to get a visitor's visa to come see his grandma and his parents in the USA, and he was denied. This is why you don't want to renounce. After renouncing U.S. citizenship, an individual loses the rights and protections of a U.S. national, meaning they must apply for a visa to re-enter the U.S. And if denied, like Mr. Henderson here, they may face challenges in returning as they are treated as a foreign national now. Did you misunderstand what having to ask for a visa really means? Just to come back to visit the land of your birth after you renounced? You're asking permission to do something that you used to be able to just do. And what is that old saying? It's better to ask forgiveness than to ask permission. So let us get this straight. You left the USA because you believe it's a bad place, and then you're going to ask these bad people for permission to visit? Does that make sense? Looks like even being a successful entrepreneur won't grant ex-Americans rights or privileges in the USA if they decided to renounce their U.S. citizenship. If travel influencers and vested interests are still encouraging you to renounce your citizenship, you'd better do some heavy-duty considering before making any impulsive dumb moves. That's all we're saying. So where does that leave you? Are we saying you should never travel or explore the world? Of course not. We've spent years doing exactly that. But what we are saying is stop being the product. When you see those glossy thumbnails of $400 a month penthouses and perfect lives, remember that you're looking at a sales brochure. The move abroad dream is being mass-produced because it's profitable, not because it's a guaranteed solution to your problems. If you're feeling the itch to leave, do it with your eyes wide open. Don't sell your house based on a YouTube video. Don't ship your life across an ocean because a magazine told you a country was number one. And for heaven's sakes, keep your citizenship. It is the most valuable insurance policy you will ever own. If you are or were an expat somewhere, tell us your experience. We want to hear the reality, not the propaganda. Thanks for watching our Retire Early lifestyle. Take care and bye-bye, everyone.